America's newest capsule for astronauts rocketed Saturday toward the International Space Station on a high-stakes test flight by SpaceX. The only passenger was a life-size test dummy, named Ripley after the lead character in the Alien movies. SpaceX needs to nail the debut of its Crew Dragon capsule before putting people on board later this year. This latest flashiest Dragon is on a fast track to reach the space station Sunday morning, just 27 hours after liftoff. It will spend 5 days docked to the orbiting outpost before making a retro-style splashdown in the Atlantic next Friday, all vital training for the next space demo, possibly this summer, when 2 astronauts strap in. This is critically important. We're on the precipice of launching American astronauts on American rockets from American soil again for the first time since the retirement of the space shuttles in 2011, said NASA Administrator Jim Bridenstine. He got a special tour of the pad on the eve of launch by SpaceX founder and chief executive Elon Musk. An estimated 5,000 NASA and contractor employees, tourists, and journalists gathered in the wee hours at Kennedy Space Center with the SpaceX launch team as the Falcon 9 rocket blasted off before dawn from the same spot where Apollo moon rockets and space shuttles once soared. Across the country at SpaceX Mission Control in Hawthorne, California, company employees went wild, cheering every step of the way until the capsule successfully reached orbit. Looking on from Kennedy's launch control were the 2 NASA astronauts who will strap in as early as July for the second space demo, Doug Hurley and Bob Behnken. It's been 8 years since Hurley and 3 other astronauts flew the last space shuttle mission, and human launches from Florida ceased. NASA turned to private companies, SpaceX and Boeing, and has provided them $8 billion to build and operate crew capsules to ferry astronauts to and from the space station. Now Russian rockets are the only way to get astronauts to the 250-mile-high outpost. Soyuz tickets have skyrocketed over the years. NASA currently pays $82 million per seat. Boeing aims to conduct the first test flight of its Starliner capsule in April, with astronauts on board possibly in August. Bridenstine said he's confident that astronauts will soar on a Dragon or Starliner, or both, by year's end. But he stressed there's no rush. "We are not in a space race," he said. "That race is over. We went to the moon and we won. It's done. Now we're in a position where we can take our time and make sure we get it right." SpaceX already has made 16 trips to the space station using cargo Dragons. The white Crew Dragon is slightly bigger, 27 feet, 8 meters, tip-to-tip, and considerably fancier and safer. It features 4 seats, 3 windows, touchscreen computer displays and life support equipment, as well as 8 aboard engines to pull the capsule to safety in the event of a launch emergency. Solar cells are mounted on the spacecraft for electrical power, as opposed to the protruding solar wings on cargo Dragons. It's an incredibly sleek-looking vehicle from the inside, and it's very easy to operate, Hurley told reporters just hours before liftoff. He marvels at how the Dragon has just 30 buttons and touchscreens, compared with the Space Shuttle cockpit's 2,000 switches and circuit breakers. For the test, the Ripley dummy was strapped into the far left seat, wearing the company's snappy white spacesuit. The other seats were empty, save for a small plush toy resembling Earth that was free to float upon reaching zero gravity. Super high-tech zero-G indicator added just before launch. Musk tweeted. True to his word, the toy rose weightlessly above the seat once the capsule was in orbit. As many as 7 astronauts could squeeze in, although 4 will be the norm once flights get going, allowing for a little cargo room.